This game is not suitable for children who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For a content warning, please visit ddlc.mo/warning.html. Alright, well, this is ominous. Alright, I want to welcome everyone to Date Night. We have a very special one. We are going to be Doki Doki Literature Club. So I know next to nothing about this game other than the very ominous warning the game felt to give me. But we got a lot of interesting people here. So this is a long distance dedication out to Derek, who suggested this game to me. I knew I was going to do this at some point, but I didn't think it was going to be the second game that we played. But I've been making him wait probably a little less than a year at this point, probably about 9 months for me to play this game. So Derek, this one's for you. So let's get this bad boy started. What's going to be my name? Crap. What's a good like anime protagonist name? Gurren Lagann it is. Maybe Simone. All right, let's do Simone. Hey! Oh my god, I'm just gonna give her a Misha Barton voice. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms there like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. If I mispronounce any of the names, guys, I'm sorry here, but you're just gonna have to deal. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but started around high school. She would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. So is she going to be like my childhood best friend love interest? If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Man, I am a dick. However, I just sigh an item from the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Sayori. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Hey. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Simone. Will people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. I'm so bashful. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it. Yeah, she's definitely my childhood best friend crush. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Heh. You're so dreamy, Simone. We cross the street together to make our way to school. As we draw near the the street becomes increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Simone, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Huh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Am I just being a jerk? Did I? Did I tell you? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. I am such a jerk. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me when I'm perfectly content on getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Okay, so I'm also an otaku in this game. Alright, that works too. Uh-huh. I was talking about how worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a NEET? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it'll make you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much makes me want to ease her mind, at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. She's kind of cute, I guess. School days as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Pack up my things and blankly stare at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Like some billy clubs. Sayori said she wanted me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sorry myself coming to class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the class. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. It's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. I thought it was even worse she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. She can't even read. Since she was the first person to show interest, after the one who started the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. There's no waifus in literature, everyone knows that. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, kinda told the club yesterday I'd be bringing in a new member. You can't believe you did this to me. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Heh. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's cunning as to have this all planned, has to have all this planned out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yeah, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school, up the stairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being jointly used for the third year's classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You bought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Girl 3. Simone. What a pleasant surprise. Sorry, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. ... All we're just saving in this situation because I'm surrounded by babes. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? You want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Okay, so Natsuki made the cupcakes. Girl's a savage who's apparently named Natsuki. It's the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly Mary, then turns back to the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. It's funny, I was going to name... I almost did Yuri Lol for my name from a Tales of Vesperia, so I'm kind of happy I didn't do that one. Don't say things like that. Yuri appears to be comparatively more mature and timid. Seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like Yuri know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Simone. Okay, where do we know each other? Monica smiles sweetly. What? Look at that posture. What a nice lady in her flowing hair. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Those doe green eyes. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Simone. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. I'm gonna save here because this feels like a choice point. I have 9 save slots. Okay, let's take a look at the features we got. Okay, so I have a dialogue history that takes me decently far back. Okay, this will work. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. So you already mentioned it's widened so that there is one free space next to Monica. Monica? It's probably Monica. And one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Good move on my part. Definitely going with the comfort level. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Whoa! Natsuki lifts foil tray to reveal a dozen white soft cupcakes decorate to look like little cats. Whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Hehe, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Oh, did she have the little snaggletooth going on too? She's got the little anime snaggletooth. Yeah, I think so. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with a mouthful as Sayori talks with a mouthful as she's already managed to get icing on her face. I wish it was just a thing where I could paint the whiskers on her like in Superbad. I take a cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. It's a cupcake. I don't know why I am taking this long. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and flavorful. I wonder if she made it herself. So it keeps warning this is going to be disturbing, and so far this is just adorable, and I don't know how we're going to get to disturbing unless this icing is made of people. Ooh. Alright, Simone, this is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like you made the cupcakes. I'm thanking you because you did this thing, that it was nice. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Wait, what was that? Why are you thinking? Okay, alright, I'm gonna remember that. Made them for you or anything. Yeah, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, Not for you, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. I mean, I don't really read things that, aren't, the super cool new light novels. Yeah, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Yeah, that's not. Insulted Yuri looks away. Wow, way to salt his game, Monica. I meant that, you know? I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Oh, she's so bashful. Ugh. In my head, I'm trying to pick my order of which girl to do. And these are probably, of the girls, these are probably my two most aesthetically pleasing. Probably Yuri over Monica a little bit. But, you know, they'll have their chance to win my hearts. My hearts, as if I have room in my heart for all these girls. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. She is salting everyone's game. So what made you consider the literature club? I got dragged here. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You're probably a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Ah, she did the thing. Haha, well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like they're nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something personal I enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all out effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. The voices on these are a little tough. I thought it was going to be easier to voice this game, but I feel like the weird British accents of everyone, not the weird British accents, but like, they're much more distinguishable, but I also don't have a feel for their voices yet. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Or maybe they're here to eat my flesh. Though I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm for literature. So, Simone, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? There you go, you otaku. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks as though she wanted to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on passionately about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid the moment I walked in, but it's obvious the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like lots of things. Stories with deep psychological elements are usually immerse me as well. Stories about smooching. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Is this what foreshadowing is? And anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once. Real smooth, Simone. Good job. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. This rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with The Rock. Alright, Yuri's my favorite so far. But we'll see how it goes. Monica. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. I gotta work on your voice. Oh, why's that? Well, it's just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Is it because of all the kawaii poses I do? You left a scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine, fine. Hee hee, your cupcakes, your poems. Everything about you is just as crude as you are. Oh, she is. She's the kawaii girl. Interesting. Sayori slides behind Natsuki and puts her hands over her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerability, showing them the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other. Strengthen the bonds of the club. Isn't that right, Simone? Monica smiles warmly, once again at me. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now they're back to the topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sora may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. They are grilling me. Oh my god, this is their sad face. All four girls stare blankly at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Simone. You all... I am defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear decision when it's like this? They're all so pretty. That is, if writing a poem is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these... Alright, every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Sure, nothing bad will come of this. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sura wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you just came for cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. We did no literature whatsoever, but we got a new blood member, so I guess that's gonna be good. Everyone remembers tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Simone, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee hee hee. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Simone, since we're already here, do you wanna walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Okay, so Monica I feel like is the one I'm supposed to be the most into. My character I think is inherently has the hots for. But I feel like I might explore Sayori. I kind of want to, I'm most interested in Monica and Yuri. And I kind of feel like I'm going to want to get Sayori and Natsuki out of the way. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club with these four beautiful girls in my inherent otaku-ness? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure a good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick your words. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good will happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, I guess I'm gonna make the poem. Interesting, there's no Chibi Monica. Okay. Broken? Comfort. Hope. Promise. Daydream. Horror. Oh, is it? Interesting. Okay. Am I... Dream. Is it this indicating me which girl likes what? Waterfall. Dark. Interesting. Skirt. Okay. Tragedy. What the fuck? Okay. Didn't expect you to be that one, but alright. Okay, I think I'm targeting... I'm targeting Yuri with some of these. Pain. Okay, Sayori. I guess you like pain. Nightgown. Okay. Kiss. Analysis. Captive. Flee. Misfortune is going to be Sayori. Hi again, Simone. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. So I feel like I learned a lot with that exercise. So Yuri seems downtrodden, but like Yuri seems gothic, but like not crazy. Natsuki seems very romantic, and Sayori seems really up. Yeah, she seems but well, let's see how this goes. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't even know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Was that a threat? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Simona always gives his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. So that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. So what am I doing in your room? You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Hehe. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Simone can be good friends too. Sayori. Getting cut the tension between me and Yuri with a knife. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, it would make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. At the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from her reading. Catch a glimpse of her book cover. It's the same book she lent me, where that she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Awkward tension. That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. I was focused and if I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm getting Yuri right now because of the poem that I did. I'm guessing I got her the most, and that's why I'm going down this path. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday. Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Buy one, get one free, so it would have also worked there? Ah, I see. Something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. But I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There is an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front. Is she Illuminati? Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets real strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn kind of came from nowhere, even though I know she's into dark stuff. Haha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Simone? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and recluse on the outside, but her mind seems to be so completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because somebody wants to be evil. Because they have their own goals, own philosophies that they believe in. I'm a closet supervillain. Then suddenly, you thought you related to the protagonist. They're made to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plot. Okay, yeah, you're a villain sympathizer. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should know I have this problem. When things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry, because you're so pretty. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. In fact, is this not a literature club? Because I can just go to the anime club. I might as well just start reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you're looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. Click literature. The book I put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Slip in the seat next to Yuri's. She is... she's got nervous, bashful face right now. There's a boy sitting next to me. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Fact is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. As if I feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting. But the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. and in my heart, I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't mean to. Sorry. I mean... Haha. Here, this should work, right? It's not my desk until it's against Yuri's. Then hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Once again, that tension, you can just cut it with a knife. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page, Yuri slides it on her thumb and flips her to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. So if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's just in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted there for a second. She's looking over. Oh, man. Come on, Simone, don't blow your spot. I glance over at Yuri's face again. Our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Oh, she's grinning now, and she's so bashful. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finished the page before me, and I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, page turning each page feels almost like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently lets go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses herself of things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see her. It's not like I can see her in your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Simone, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant more that it's kind of cute. Oh? What are you saying all of a sudden? Oh, Monica's coming in to salt her game. I think it's time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that right with you, Yuri? You look kind of down. Sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first few chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing when I just picked random words that had nothing to do with each other. Can't really find much emergency. I haven't really done this before. Well, that everyone's ready. Why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is written on a wrinkled, loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's do Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. So Yuri reads the poem. I notice her eyes lighting. Exceptional. Huh, what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth and begins covering up her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Ha ha ha. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that kind of thing myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try and make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter. They fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the stress and are weakened. Once Yuri finds her thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Okay, she's artsy. She enjoys writing, which is cool. I'm into artsy. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you could be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice. And learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking to other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love sharing my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? There's a lot of different things here. Alright, so I'm gonna just train of thought here. I get the feeling this isn't the first time my character has been through this before. And I get the feeling that there's something more to this literature club than just books. Alright, so let's read a poem. Ghost Under the Light. Tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have stood the test of time. The last to be replaced by the sickening blue hue of the future. I bathe. calmly breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I like it a lot. That was really cool. I'm sorry, I have such terrible hand. Oh, girl, you've seen nothing. My handwriting is rubbish. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. You took a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since the first time sharing, I want to write something a little mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in a ghost, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Sima. You maroon, you idiot. It's a metaphor, you big dumb idiot head. Really? So totally missed the point. Yeah, you did. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember, poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. You should stop being a piece of crap and realize that. Usually they do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. This gets right, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her remaining place of comfort and able to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours is impressive, too, so... Nah. If anything, I'd probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know... I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Simone. Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's do Natsuki. Still don't really have a voice for you, but we'll figure it out. As we just stare blankly at each other. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. So a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So it's like you chose random words from a page thing and just smushed them together. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Puffy face. Yeah. Told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. People don't even take my writing seriously. I have lots of serious, big person thoughts that aren't kawaii. Isn't it the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. That things can do things. Your poignant message. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like a rock in your face. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Oh, okay. Alright, so you feel less than your peers. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I understand. But the nice thing about simple writing that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end and then I made it fall flat on purpose. I'm so creative. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. Guess more went into it than I realized. Yes, and then I too realized as well. You and your Napoleon complex. That what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Look at my cool snaggletooth. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. Decided to humor her with that last comment. Don't really care how old everyone is, but I'm just gonna be feeling proud that I don't want to take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's do Sayori, because I feel like he's gonna want Monica last. Sayori. This is a good poem, Simone. Are you sure it's your first time? Yeah, of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Too busy watching waifus and doing waifu stuff. Guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was so afraid you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm just really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. It's clearly that's not enough. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Simone. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, are you? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that really good people do. And I wouldn't know anything about that. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason that I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Whether you want to or not. That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Does finger pointing at her. Alright, buddy. Yeah. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Heh. Well, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Rubbing the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. Can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. At least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be so mean. Still try to do my best. Yeah. Didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or, how should I put it? It sounds like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. I'm interesting. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. Next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Show what poem to next. Show it to Waifu Queen. Hey, Simone. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, are there any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better? I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to big things up, okay, silly? Ha, she punches me, my arm. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'd be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Ha ha ha! Leans over. Don't worry, Simone. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of bear that we'll all learn to soon get past. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Simone. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Oh, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing those full of imagery and symbolism? Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or let them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry about that so much, you silly Sally. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Could take a while before I'm comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'll have to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha, bends over. Ha ha ha. She just has like perma blush going on like her face. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident as someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been about me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. It's a hole. Just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of sound's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What is the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of rare to talk about deep stuff like that. Because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other? Anyway. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen in the same spot too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. Guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. Also more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my Is everyone in this class just really self-conscious of their poetry? Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. Guess this is what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happy chatting. My eyes and on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheet of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows are furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving it up. How can that be cute? I know. I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really did come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Simone liked it too. Based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particular inspiring. Which I haven't yet. No. Simone liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Simone appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Dumb kawaii asshole. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose booze managed to grow a size bigger as soon as Simone started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Simone, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could also learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. This wouldn't have happened at all in the first place. What's the point of making poems all convoluted for no reason? I mean, you should just jump after them and not force them to have to figure it out. Hope you explained it to her, Simone. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep expressions and words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feeling and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Simone? Well? How'd I get dragged into this in the first place? Oh, Simone, look what you got yourself into, boy! You got deep, dark girl who uses dark Pokemon in all of her playthroughs versus kawaii girl. It's not like I know anything about writing. Whenever I grow up, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... This is interesting. I wanna... Split decision. Yuri, let's go. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. Should make a fight just because somebody's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri would even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined somebody's writing style is, they're still putting feeling into it. It becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well. If you just told her how you felt, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, so I think you should too. Yeah. And Suki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sure, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Spare me having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her poem from the desk and storms out. On her way, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki. She really didn't mean to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her little hands. She stares down at the desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. Anyone could have not gotten frustrated. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Simone. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. So it's time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Simone, how about you? Yeah, I'd say about the same. It was a neat thing to do, to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you'll learn something, from your new friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a lot more about the kind of poems everyone likes. I think that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Simone, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hee. Sierra beams at me. It's truly been a while since Sarah and I spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier? What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I see them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. Simone, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. You're so handsome. I think seeing you get along with everyone is what's making me the happiest. I think everyone likes you too. That's... Hee. Every day is going to be so much fun. It's like sorry, sales and calling on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just see what the future holds, Sayori. We'll just see. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Alright, I'm gonna call it a game session here. Alright, so end of the date thoughts. Would date again. Definitely holding my attention. It's very kawaii right now. It's a little bit foreboding. Some of the word choices and stuff, although I think they're trying to play it off. That Sayori's not messed up internally, but we'll see how it goes. That's my real guess is Sayori's gonna be so messed up. I think. But we'll see how this goes. with everyone. So like initial thoughts. Yuri's the one I'm most interested in right now. Whatchamacallit. Very cute. Long hair, don't care. Whatchamacallit. Enjoy the timidness. I like her take on the arts too. Um, Natsuki, I'm gonna want to hang out with. Manga anime girl, classic. Um, Least interesting is Monica right now. Even though I feel like Monica's supposed to be the character Mai is inherently the most into. But she's very ringleaderish. She just sort of exists right now. Like she doesn't really have a character other than she's like the girl I had class with last year who I find attractive and is popular. And Sayori's fun. Sayori's just like I could just see Sayori getting very like manipulative as this goes on, where she's just like, "I'm happy you're having such a great time, Simone," and she's just like, she manipulates me into doing something messed up. But I'm intrigued to see where it goes. I feel like haven't even scratched the surface of this with the warning labels I got. But it's been real. I'm very excited to come back to this next episode. And thank you guys so much for coming out. See you on the next date.